Rajinder with us. Mr. Rajinder, as the wait continues, we are looking at either life imprisonment or death penalty for Yasin Malik. अब जब ये इंतजार हो रहा है तब इनके लिए बहुत सपोर्ट आ रहा है. एक तो उनके घर के बाहर बहुत लोग आ चुके हैं. They're all reading out the Quran in his support. और not just here, we're also seeing a lot of support from Pakistan.
नहीं, एक क्रिमिनल जो है उसके लिए सपोर्ट कहां से भी आ रहा है और क्यों आ रहा है ये तो सबको मालूम है. एक क्रिमिनल जिसने इतनी हत्याएं की है, कश्मीरी पंडितों के अगेंस्ट में जो इसने हत्याएं की है, इनके अगेंस्ट में जो इसने जिनोसाइड का जहाद चलाया, जिहाद के नाम पे कश्मीरी पंडितों को वहां से भगाया, भगवान भी इसको माफ नहीं कर सकेगा. हमारे कोर्ट की तो बात ही नहीं है. हमें न्यायालय पे इतना विश्वास है, कहने की बात नहीं. हम तो नहते हुए लोग हैं. कितने लोगों को इन्होंने बेदर्दी से बूंद डाला. एयरफोर्स के लोग हूं, आर्मी के लोग हूं, कश्मीरी पंडित हूं, और कुछ ऐसे भी लोग जो इनकी राह में इनको लग रहा था कि ये रोड़े हैं, उनको भी उन्होंने शहीद कर दिया गया. तो उनकी आवाज, उनकी आत्मा की आवाज, उनको न्याय मिल रहा है आज, तो अच्छी बात है. मैं ये नहीं कह रहा कि केवल इसी को सजा दो. मैं ये कहता हूं कि सब लोग जो इसमें बाकी कश्मीरी पंडितों की किलिंग्स में सम्मिलित हैं, जो किसी भी कॉन्स्पिरेसी में हैं, उनको खड़ा करके मैं एनआईए से ये रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं, देश की न्यायपालिका से ये रिक्वेस्ट करता हूं कि एक कमीशन ऑफ इंक्वायरी एस्टैब्लिश होना चाहिए, जिसके अंतर्गत में विच विल लुक इनटू द जेनेसिस ऑफ द प्रॉब्लम which led to the entire genocide of the Kashmiri Pandit community. कहाँ है आज
यासिन मलिक ने कोर्ट में ये कहा है कि पिछले 28 इयर्स से आई हैव नॉट इन्वॉल्व्ड इन एनी टेरर. उन्होंने कहा है कि अब मैं बहुत रिफॉर्म हो चुका हूं.
अब 2 साल 3 साल में उन्होंने जो टेरर अनलीश कर दिया कश्मीर के ऊपर, कश्मीरी पंडितों के ऊपर, कश्मीर की सारी धरती खून से, हमारे खून से भरी पड़ी हुई है, बिल्कुल लाल हो गई है. उसका क्या 2 साल के बाद आप प्रायश्चित कर रहे हैं कि मैं नेल्सन मंडेला हूं. 2 साल 3 साल के बाद आप कह रहे हैं कि मैं गांधी जी की तर्ज पे ये मूवमेंट चला रहा हूं. तो भाई कहां की बातें आप कर रहे हो? कितनी धूल आप हमारी आंखों में झोंक रहे हो. मुझे लगता है कि आज की स्थिति में यह होना चाहिए कि जितने भी कश्मीरी पंडित किलिंग्स हैं, जिनके एफआईआर हैं या नहीं भी हैं किसी के, उनको एनआईए के अंतर्गत में देना चाहिए. एक फास्ट कोर्ट ट्रैक होना चाहिए. क्यों आपने हमारे पिताजी और भाई की उसमें किलिंग्स में इन्होंने वो कहा कि आज ये नो पर्पस विल बी सर्व्ड अगर ये एनआईए में दिया जाए, सीआईडी. तो आज
far too long, he's gotten away for far too long, and that's the reason why he is being so brazen. Priyank Tripathi also joining us from the court. Priyank, you've been there since morning, and Yasin Malik, as he arrived, security increased, yes, but there seemed to be no remorse at all on Yasin Malik in the statement that he made to the court after he has pleaded guilty to the charges against him as well. Seems to be a clear mockery of the judiciary when he says that now for the last several years I am very reformed.
Yeah, Yasin Malik is very well understanding that this is the end game for him because of the conduct which he had in the past over the decades and the kind of propaganda which he was carrying out on the behest of the Pakistani handlers who were operating from the other side and who were giving instruction to him, and he was indulging in every kind of heinous activity which was happening on the Indian soil, to be very precise, in the valley on their side. But right now he is inside this lockup of Patiala House Court, where he has been kept since 2 p.m. today, and the officials are waiting for him for the orders from the concerned court, so that the moment the Honorable Judge calls him, he can be taken to the same courtroom which has taken this view that Yasin Malik is guilty for the act, and which the court is expected to pronounce the order anytime soon. But the body language is very symbolic in this particular thing, because after his dubious conduct, after his heinous conduct, Yasin Malik pleaded guilty, and when the NIA sought for the harshest punishment, which is of death penalty, Yasin Malik suddenly changed his stand, and his He told his lawyers not to represent him. He himself argued before the court, where he stated that he had worked with the past 7 prime ministers and he had represented India in the international forum. But the Honorable Judge said that this is not the actual time for you to argue on this. We had given you time, but you pleaded guilty. Henceforth, we are going to pronounce the order. The order was expected to come at 3:30. It's already past 4:30, which clearly gives an indication that this will be a detailed order. And why the detailed order comes, that is very important to note, because at that in that kind of scenario, the Honorable Judges write the order in detail so that justification can be given, so that when the accused move to the higher courts for any kind of further action in this, there has to be substantial amount of justification which is being given. So the more there's a delay, there's more trouble which is going to come up for Yasin Malik. We have seen that how there have been only few group of people who have in Mashruma from where Ishan was protesting, which clearly gives an indication that people are also fed up of him. We have been talking about, and our panelists have also been talking about the trauma which the Kashmiri Hindus have gone. But it's not only Kashmiri Hindus. Every Kashmiri who wanted the state and the country to develop was suppressed by these individuals in the name of gunpowder, in the name of all these political clout, political patronage which these people were having, and they were not allowed to function properly, which has pushed the valley to this kind of scenario where the people are facing series of problems which the people in Kashmir never wanted. I'm telling you.
Right
now, when he's
Priyank,
going to be
Major General G.D. Bakshi is also joining us, but before that, Priyank, if you can very quickly tell us, why is there a delay? First, the court had reserved the order for 3:30, after which it was pushed to 4 p.m. Any word on why there is a delay and what time it's expected now?
See, everyone is inside the court apart from Yasin Malik, who is still inside this jail lockup, and what we are being told that there's a slight more delay because the judge himself is writing and dictating the order to his staff members. And why this kind of delay happened? It's very simple, because the judges generally write every kind of justification for pronouncing the order, and the more the justification is, that means that he is probably getting the harshest of the harshest punishment. That's why there is a delay which is coming out from the court. This is what we get sense out. But the order is expected to come as soon as Yasin Malik will be taken inside the courtroom. We are keeping a close tab on every moment of which is happening inside the court. Me and our colleagues have been here since morning, and we will be updating our viewers few minutes before the order is going to come out.
All right. In fact, minute by minute updates, exclusive details of what's happening in court only on Times Now. Major General G.D. Bakshi, what are you expecting the court's verdict on the quantum of punishment expected any moment now?
Look, as an objective observer, all that I would say is that if anybody deserves the death penalty, it is this man. He has the blood of 4 IAF, Indian Air Force service personnel on his head, on his hand. This man was responsible when he was in the JKLF, one of the top leaders, responsible for planning and executing the Holocaust, the extermination, the genocide, the ethnic cleansing of the Kashmiri Pandits. His hands are stained with blood. Rarely has a man done so much has been badly delayed. It should not be denied. At this late stage, at least now he must be brought to justice, brought to book, and made to pay for his crimes in a deterrent manner that prevents others from following this path, that prevents others from sucking up to Pakistan, from going to that place to marry some ISI chosen bride and then wreak havoc on your own country.
Okay, so death penalty and nothing less. Major General, do hold on. Let's give this quick update to our viewers. The latest from inside the courtroom is that the judgment is being written now. So in just a few minutes from now, we'll know what is going to be for Yasin Malik, life imprisonment, or is it going to be death penalty? Remember, the NIA has asked for death penalty in the case, saying that the court should decide. Priyank.
Yes, certainly, and This update which we are getting is that the judge is still in his chamber, as we were updating to our viewers, and the NIA officials who have probed the case have been patiently waiting for the honorable judge to arrive with the order copy, because this is an important development which is going to happen in this case, because the NIA will be the first agency which can get this kind of conviction for the accused who had been involved in these kind of anti-national activities. It's an in-camera hearing, so obviously the media persons have not been allowed to enter the courtroom in too much large number. There are only few media persons who have been there, and amid this high security in this particular police lockup, Yasin Malik is still inside this. Yasin Malik will be brought to the courtroom lockup, which is at a distance of around 300 meters, and the paramilitary forces will have been deployed here along with the Delhi police. In the morning, we saw that there were series of senior officials who were also present here looking at the security, because they have been deliberate attempt by these separatists to propagate this kind of theory in the valley that there is a death threat for them. That's why proper security vigil has also been done by the Delhi police.
So the
officers.
update from the court is that from the lockup he has been brought to court. Any second now we are expecting the order to come out, because it's already being written. Pradeep is also joining us. Pradeep, very, very crucial moment. In just a few minutes from now, we are going to know whether there is going to be life imprisonment or death penalty.
Yes, a very important day so far as the Kashmiri Hindu community is concerned, because this community has suffered a lot because of JKLF and Yasin Malik. That's why he's called the butcher of Kashmiri Pandits. And today you can see large number of people here at Jakti camp. They are waiting for the verdict to be pronounced, because they had been waiting for this day for long. 32 years is not a small period when this community has suffered a lot. Let's speak to them and find out what they have to say. आज फाइनली इंतजार की घड़ियां खत्म हो रही हैं. एक बार फिर से पहली बार जो अनाउंसमेंट होगी वर्डिक्ट की, तो आप कैसे देखते हैं, क्या कहना चाहेंगे यासिन मलिक के लिए?
यासिन मलिक जी के लिए तो ये जो सारी दुनिया चाहती तो वो हम भी चाहते हैं, क्योंकि जितने लोगों से ज़्यादा कश्मीरी पंडितों को सफ़र करना पड़ा तो वो तो यासिन मलिक जी की, कितने लोग मारे गए उनकी वजह से. तो हम चाहते हैं कि हमारे कश्मीरी पंडित का जस्टिस होना चाहिए.
देखिए, ये होती है पढ़ी लिखी कम्युनिटी. दिस इज व्हाट एक्चुअली द एजुकेटेड कम्युनिटी इज ऑल अबाउट. इवन that person is responsible for killing lot many Kashmiri Pandits, responsible for the exodus. Still see how respectfully they are taking the name. I think wish Mehbooba Mufti and Farooq Abdullah, who provide oxygen to ecosystem of terror, they also understand this thing. क्या चाहते हैं आप, डेथ पेनल्टी या उम्र कैद?
डेथ पेनल्टी. उम्र कैद क्यों?
क्यों
उम्र कैद नहीं, हमें उसको डेथ होनी चाहिए, क्योंकि हमारी कमेटी ने बहुत सफ़र किया है. उन्होंने बहुत हमारे कश्मीरी पंडितों का कत्लेआम करवाया है, तो उनको भी तो सहना है ना. अब उन्हीं का सहने का टाइम है, कश्मीरी पंडितों का सहने का टाइम नहीं है. कश्मीरी पंडितों ने बहुत सहा है, उनको 32 साल हो गए सहते हुए.
कैसा लगता था जब वो घूमता था आजाद? कैसा लगता था तब? आपको दुख होता था जब इसे यूथ आइकन की तरह प्रोजेक्ट किया जाता था?
बहुत दुख लगता था. आपके आगे, आपके सामने आपका दुश्मन अगर घूमता है तो आपको कैसे लगता है, वैसे ही हमें भी लगता था.
So you can see the lot of anger. Everybody is waiting for that moment finally when the judgment will be pronounced. They want that he should be sent to gallows because he's a murderer and killer of Kashmiri Pandits. They feel that how this man had been responsible for killing of innocent Pandits. So they want that this man should be hanged. That is the only punishment they are asking for. That's only going to give them justice. And so far as this community is concerned, they are right now waiting for that moment.
May I request you to stay on with me. In fact, our live and continuous coverage here of this big verdict which is going to come out is going to be a landmark, ladies and gentlemen. 32 years wait for the victims as far as Yasin Malik is concerned. I very quickly want to play out the reaction of the family of Indian Air Force officer late Mr. Nirmal Khanna, who was killed. The very early days of Yasin Malik's butchery, in fact, started with these Indian Air Force officers. One of them was Mr. Nirmal Khanna. Listen in to what his family is saying.
I heard noise of bullets. Officers were standing outside. मैं वहाँ पे चली गई, मैंने देखा और मेरे हस्बैंड को उस टाइम 26 गोलियां लगी हुई थी. एक गोली लगने पर वो यासिन इन लोगों से जो ये मिलिटेंट्स थे इनके साथ उसने स्कफल करा था. पूरी उसने मैगजीन खाली कर दी थी एक की. और उनकी पीठ सड़क की तरफ थी। पीछे से यासीन मलिक ने या इनके ग्रुप में से यासीन मलिक ने तो कन्फेस कर लिया है, 25 गोलियों का पूरा मैगजीन खाली कर दिया था उसकी पीठ पे।
There was Mrs. Nirmal Khanna, wife of Indian Air Force officer Ravi Khanna, who was in fact killed, and Yasin Malik was in fact the main perpetrator as far as that case is concerned. Let me very quickly go across to my colleague Priyank to get you a latest update from the court. In fact, Priyank, just moments now, the judge in fact dictating the order. The order has been written. It's just moments now when Yasin Malik would know his fate.
Yes, certainly, Ankit. But before that, look at the visuals of the dog squad and the BDS team of Delhi Police, which is doing the anti-sabotage check at the Patiala House Court. This has never happened so much, Ankit, before since we have been reporting on several stories from this Patiala House Court. Now, since you have already told to our viewers, the Honorable Judge is yet to come to his chair. He is inside his chamber writing the order. But the more time is passing, Ankit, the more there will be trouble for Yasin Malik, because the manner in which there has been delay in writing the order, which clearly gives that the judge would be writing the justification for every step which the particular court is going to take. That means that there will be a very harsher punishment which is expected to come up for the Yasin Malik, because we know that the court will try to give justification for any word which is going to come out in this particular order. We were expecting the order to come out around 3:30 today, but there have been slight delay. The time was then shifted to 4 p.m. and now it's going to be 5 p.m. Which has already happened, which means that this order will be a detailed order so that no one could contest. But during the course of the day, Ankit, it was very important thing which happened, that Yasin Malik tried to portray himself as a person who has represented the country over international forum. He told it to the court that I have worked with around 7 Prime Minister and I have an opportunity to go to international forum and represent India as a country. But he forgot that the raids were carried out around 2016, and when the NIA officials had gone to his house, they found that there have been clinching evidences of foreign funding which was happening on the behest of his Pakistani handlers.
I mean, after this court, yes, there would be some legal options still left for Yasin Malik. But despite that, this would at least be the beginning of holding this man accountable for the actions, for the crimes that he has committed. He will still have some legal options, isn't it?
Ankit, it doesn't appear, because Yasin Malik, who has himself pleaded guilty before the lower court, will be pronounced, the order will be given. But now, since he has already told to the court that he is pleading guilty for all charges which has been labelled against him, the charge sheet which has been filed against him, even if his family members or anyone move to the higher courts, there will be very slight option which is going to be left for him. So far, he was trying to portray his picture as a martyr. That's why he was posing before the cameras while he was again taken inside the court lockup, Ankit. But the fact remains that the court had told it to him very specifically when he stated that he has worked over with the previous 7 Prime Minister. The Honorable Court stated that we gave you opportunity to explain yourself, but you yourself pleaded guilty.